Are the Chicago Bulls interested in signing Enes Kanter in NBA free agency? I discuss what is going on, y'all. Five Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA, and here to talk about the latest NBA free agency rumors. And I've been doing so a lot with free agency right around the corner. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, and make sure to go ahead and subscribe by clicking the button down below and turn on my post notifications because I post daily videos. You don't want to miss out. Hit the bell icon to go ahead and do that. And also, while you're at it, just because while you're at it, man, go ahead and follow me on my social media. Links down below for my Twitter and my Instagram and on the screen as well. With that being said, here to talk about the latest rumor pertaining to the Chicago Bulls, and that is Enes Kanter getting interest from the Bulls. So where is this rumor coming from? Is this a good fit? Could it actually even happen? And let's talk about everything else in between. I don't want to wait any longer. Let's get started. So where is this rumor coming from? Because I don't like to make videos, you guys know, on sources that aren't credible. And this one is, and it was tweeted out by Ian Begley, who's a reporter for the Knicks and the Nets, and then Bleacher Report also reported it. But of course, Ian Begley was the one. And again, he's a valid source, so there is validity to this rumor. So it says that he basically tweeted out that the Bulls are among the teams expected to show interest in center Enes Kanter. Now, again, this could just be much of nothing, right? Really, you know, because there's so many times free agents are linked to teams and multiple teams are expressed interest in them, blah, blah, blah. So again, it could mean nothing, but again, it could also mean something. So let's talk about that something and whether or not the Bulls should seriously consider, looking and signing Enes Kanter. And here's my first thoughts on this. This is actually more plausible to me than the Julius Randle signing, okay? And I know you guys are going to be like, Fiz, you're crazy. I'm not saying Enes Kanter is better than Julius Randle. Oh, no, I am absolutely not saying. That's not even close. Julius Randle is the better player. He's a younger player. He is much, much better than Enes Kanter. But if you remember, when I made the video on Julius Randle and why I said I don't want the Bulls to sign him, is because what the Bulls need right now, he does not fit that, okay? And so now let's take a look at Enes Kanter, okay? The reason he's being linked to the Bulls is because we need big man depth, okay? And Enes Kanter, of course, is a big man. And so there is a fit there in that aspect, okay? The other thing, he's a veteran. He's been in the league for a number of years. He's been on a number of teams, the Jazz, the Knicks, the Thunder. So he is actually a veteran now, and most recently the Blazers. He's actually what you consider a veteran who's been in the league for a while. He's played in big games. You know, he just played in the Western Conference Finals. He has been alongside MVPs, superstars. He can teach guys about winning games, okay? So he is a veteran, and he's a big man. So he does fit those two needs for the Chicago Bulls, and he's a solid offensive player, okay? So there's pros there, okay? But there's also cons. And now let's take a look at them, okay? Here's a list that I have for you guys, and I spoke a little bit about this. So again, the first pro to Enes Kanter is he's a veteran, which the Bulls you would like. He is a solid offensive player. We know that he can score the basketball, and he's a very, very good rebounder, both offensively and defensively. He's a walking double-double machine, averaged like 13 and 10 last year. And on the Blazers, in the playoff run, he was huge when Yusuf Nurkic went down. The question really becomes, would he come off the bench? And I believe he would be much more likely to come off the bench than, of course, Julius Randle, because Julius Randle would obviously not come off the bench, especially for the next point I'm going to make, which is a con here, and this is my main issue with Enes Kanter. He could demand a lot of money. Now, he was making $18 million a year last year when he got bought out by the New York Knicks. I don't believe he is looking anywhere close to that type of a payday, but could he try to command like $10 million? I'm sure he's going to look for it. As far as if he'll get it, that's another story. But he could look to command a lot of money over a lot of years. I don't believe the Bulls should sign any of these veterans for more than 2 years, okay? 2 years, max, maybe 3. But 2 years is what I'm looking at. And obviously we know him being a bad defender. And the other issue that I see is he's more of a center than a power forward. And so that hurts because when I was targeting big men, I was looking at guys like Marcus Morris, Ed Davis, Mike Scott, guys that can play both power forward and center. Why? Because we don't have a lot of depth behind Laurie. We've got, a little bit of depth behind Wendell Carter Jr. with Daniel Gafford now, the rookie. And then I hate mentioning him every time, but Felicio is still on the roster. But he is more center than a power forward, so we would still have that hole, if you will, behind Laurie because of that. So there's some good pros, but there's also some cons to this. So ultimately, where am I at with Enes Kanter? I've got two major questions, okay? Is Enes Kanter willing to come off the bench? Because here's the thing. Last year when he wanted a buyout from the Knicks, it's because he wanted playing time. The Knicks were turning the roster over to the young guys, Mitchell Robinson, and they did not want to give Kanter playing time. And Kanter, of course, was complaining. He said, I want to be on the roster to wins. Bulls are not in win-now mode right now. So if he wants to sign with the Bulls, that's fine. But he better not expect to, of course, start. And he better be okay with losing minutes, because later down the year, if we want to give Daniel Gafford more playing time, or just give more playing time to our young guys and just have him kind of, sit on the bench, really, he better be okay with that. So that's number one. Number two is the money thing. Really, that's all it comes down to for me. And that is really the biggest thing here for me. I don't think this is the worst signing in the world if we look at Enes Kanter and we decide to sign him. But again, to me, it all comes down to this. What is he going to be demanding money-wise? We need to know, because for $5 to $7 million, Enes Kanter is a decent signing. Anything more than that, like $10 million plus, I'm not with it. Even maybe $8-9 million feels like a lot. But again, it's all about the money. But to me, if I had to, bet my money on it, I don't think the Bulls will sign Enes Kanter for the reasons that I mentioned. I think he wants to play for a winner, and I think he wants a good amount of money. And so for the Bulls, really doesn't match up there. Again, wouldn't be the worst signing in the world, but I don't see it happening. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.